Should you do big deals or small deals? What is happening, YouTube? Thank you for watching Mentorship Monday. My name is Matt. My company is called the DeRosa Group, and this is a series called Mentorship Monday where folks email in questions to helpme@derosagroup.com. That is helpme@derosagroup.com, and I will answer your questions right here on the YouTube page for you and everyone else to learn from. Today's question comes from Charles. Charles, I think we met, but before you sent, you sent this before you and I had met. But I want to talk to you. I want to put this out here because Charles, you have an interesting background. Charles actually has a background in apartment maintenance, and has traveled a lot, did some missionary work in Alaska. God bless you. And had been jack of all trades, knows how to do a lot of the hands-on work, yeah, for properties and stuff like that. And Charles wants to know, he's got an opportunity involving a large complex, like a 300-unit apartment complex out where he's from. And he's like, should I start there or should I start on smaller deals and everything like that? And this really pertains to a lot of folks that are watching. If you've listened to a lot of the gurus and whatnot of the world that are saying, like, why start small? You should start big and everything like that. It's all well and good, but unfortunately, if you go and try and start in real estate with a 100, 200 unit as your very first purchase, you're going to run into a few things. Now, here's what you're going to run into, and you can work around these things, but it is a much more challenging road than starting small and buying, like, a duplex and living in one unit and renting out the other one and working your way up, right? So here's what you're going to run into, and you can work around these things, but it's just going to make it a tougher road. Number one, banks are not going to take you seriously because you've never invested in real estate before and it's your first deal, right? So you can display your track record as Charles has. He's, lived all over and has a lot of work background and everything like that, but he's also never owned a multifamily property, at least a big multifamily property. So you are going to have to prove yourself to banks and most likely bring in someone else that has more track record than you do, that as a potential mentor or as someone that's also an operator alongside you, maybe bring in a property manager, but you're going to have to build a wide team of people with more experience than you have if you're going to get approved by a bank for something like this, right? That's number one. Number two, investors are also maybe not going to take you seriously. Now, unless you've got some folks lined up that already believe in you because you're you, and a lot of times in my book, Raising Private Capital, where are you? Right there. In my book, Raising Private Capital, I talk about working with people that like and trust you because you're you, not because you're this awesome seasoned real estate investor that's been doing this thing forever, right? So that's where you want to start. If you've got enough people like that, Charles, that are willing to invest with you and be your equity partners because you're awesome and you're Charles, or because you're whoever you are, then maybe you could give it a crack. But if you're looking to raise a wide berth of investors, they're going to ask you, like, hey, have you ever owned an apartment building, or what's your track record with this, or whatnot? So once again, you might need to bring in someone that has more experience in your local area around the property, or just build a team that you can hang your hat on with, hey, listen, I might have much experience, but these people do, and this is the team that I've put together. So off the top of my head, those two folks are going to have an issue, I think, with you never investing in real estate before, but wanting to take down a larger property as your very first purchase. And you know what? With good reason. There is a lot to learn. There's a lot of mistakes to be made that can be made on smaller deals that when you get into larger deals, these are way more painful mistakes, right? So it is good reason that they do ask that you've got track record, because there's a lot of moving parts around mid-size multi. And so I think that bottom line, Charles, is it is a clear, a very easy to travel road if you do smaller deals. Maybe less lucrative, but don't just chase dollars. It's not why we're doing this. It's just for the money. We're doing it for long term. Like, so don't try and do a sprint. You got to do the marathon of real estate, not the sprint. So consider that you could grow up very quickly through doing small deals and grow up through larger deals very quickly, right? You don't necessarily have to do a small deal or a large deal as your very, very first one. Okay, so that's my 2 cents. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm saying it's a tougher road to do it. Okay, so that's what I got for you guys. I know it's a question we get a lot on. Should I just buy an apartment building out of the gate? It's cool, hot, and sexy to do that. It's fun to say you did it, and that's what a lot of the gurus are telling you to do. But that's the reality around it. It's possible, but it's harder, a lot harder. That's what I got. Help me out, DeRosaGroup.com. Check out our website, DeRosaGroup.com. You can subscribe to our newsletter on that website. And there's a lot of cool stuff we put out in the newsletter, like deals that we're doing, opportunities to invest with us, opportunities to just hear more about what we're up to, potential other educational sources that are coming online and stuff like that. So check that out. And don't forget to check out my book, Raising Private Capital Through Bigger Pockets. There's a lot of what I talked about today is in there as well. That's what I got. Help me at DeRosaGroup.com for more YouTube questions here. Have a great, profitable week. Thanks for watching.